up, everybody? It is part 2.
Retailer exclusives.
Of course, I'm part 1. He's part 2. He's part 3.
Thing
thought we
1,
were all
thing
one
2, and
part.
thing 3
Wes,
in one thing.
Andy, Hank. That's us. Black Series figures. Never the never-ending deluge onslaught.
We're slowly making our way to present day.
The funny thing is, I feel like last week I felt we really got on track. And looking ahead, like I said, 2019, not a big year. So we're literally this episode and one more, two more.
Two more, I think.
So 2 more, and then we're in 2019. So it's and as I'm looking at my notes, because I have the notes plotted out to number, oh my gosh, I'm plotted out to number I'm over 100. So looking at the number of those that are red, indicating that we have already talked about them. Before you know it, it'll be 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Talking to you about the past from the present, not in the future. Unless you're watching this in the replay, in which case, thank you for finding us in the future.
Mm-hmm.
This week, where are we at? We're
still in
2018 phase 3 convention exclusives and retailer exclusives part 2. We got all the convention stuff out of the way. So spoiler, it's all retailer tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I have a surprising amount of exclusives this week.
For myself, let's just put up the previous slide here, and let's just take a look at these. Of everything we're going to cover tonight, I own 3 of them.
I have 6.
Technically 4 if you include the Stormtrooper, because it's the same Stormtrooper buck that has been around since 2013, and it's been released and re-released to the end of days at this point. Oh, hey, it's our friend Shelf Life. Shelf Life hanging out with us as we talk Star Wars once again.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, man. Really enjoying catching up on your videos as well. I wish I was as consistent as you were.
Little shelf actualization.
Yeah. That's right. I love my shelf.
When I touch my shelf. Oh.
That's right. Josh wants us to know that he is cutting grass and he will be in and out of the chat. That's fine.
I'm fascinated with grass.
Sean's here.
Sean, welcome.
What up, Sean? Nice to see everybody in tonight. So it's 2018. This is what we're looking at tonight. And where are we? We got a Star Wars story. We got some prequel. We got some OG trilogy. And we got some sequel trilogy. We're all over the place tonight.
Humanoids, aliens, and droids.
Yeah, man. But that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like these waves, I know like the phase 1, the orange box. I guess I could say more of a blanket statement. Up till now, the waves have been sort of all over the place.
Yeah.
Do you like the weird assortment of like pulling from all different media at the same time? Or do you get later on when the waves get a little bit more focused on a single property, or maybe just one or two stories within the franchise?
You want to go first, Hank, or me?
Well, so I think the smattering at first made sense. And I mean, I guess we're 3-4 years into it now.
So our last
2013, right? We're 5
we're,
years in.
we're about to get a deluge of properties, right? Like we're gonna start getting smashed with property, like with stories, I guess.
Media.
Right.
Yeah.
We're about to. I mean,
Disney era is about to kick into high
gear. We are in the Disney era. We are solid into it.
High gear, right?
This year alone, we get Solo. We get the Solo movie. We get Last Jedi, and then and then I think 2019 gets absolutely batshit when we start hitting the Disney Plus shows.
Right.
And so then it does make sense to me to like, let's put out a wave to support Kenobi. Let's put out a wave because As evidenced by my Superman figures.
Ah,
I'm a guy that likes to go, wow, I'm really impressed with the thing that I just saw. I want to play with
I
the
need to commemorate that. Give me some
Yeah.
plaque.
So, like, if they understand their market, they understand me. They know what the frig they're doing. I'm goddamn Mr. Terrific.
I love that line, by the way. Character I knew nothing about. I still don't know a whole lot about him. Absolutely love that guy.
Is it
Awesome.
considered representation because he's gay? Because like I don't think that even factors into the level of heroics he
If you didn't tell me
attains.
that, there's no way I would have gotten that out of the movie.
Yeah,
No.
you would have been introduced to him in the
Arrowverse, yeah,
because he
yeah.
did come in there,
But I don't presume. I know we're going off the rails here. I don't presume that anything in the Arrowverse
translates.
No, it didn't.
But Grant Gustin is petitioning to become the Flash for James Gunn.
Like legit.
Oh,
that's interesting.
Because I mean, there is a fan base out there that would say yes.
I saw again, and I this stuff I don't look too hard at it until it's associated with a reputable media, especially when you're talking entertainment news, because I can say whatever I want and put it on the internet and people will repost it. Case in point, I'm gonna go way off the rails.
Okay.
The Coldplay concert.
Oh yeah.
The kiss cam at the Coldplay concert. Everybody within a day
is meme the shit.
Well, no. Like before that statement came out from the guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's fake. The statement is fake.
Really?
Well,
Yes.
the statement is fake.
It's 100% fake. It came from an X account that up until it was the name on the X account was P. Ennis.
P. Ennis.
P. Ennis.
Now, I might not be the best husband in the world, but I'll never go to a Coldplay concert.
Who ends that? Goes off the rails about privacy and then then ends it with a Coldplay lyric quote. Like, come on, that's satire at its best, or worst.
But the guy did resign from the company,
and the board accepted that.
Yep.
I said this last night as we were talking about, because it came up in another joke last night in another live stream.
Okay.
Suddenly, every concert venue in the world is updating their terms of access to include a filming clause if they don't already have one.
Yeah.
To me, I just assumed how many years have we been doing Kiss Cam or
God, that's like a tradition at every hockey game ever done.
Since the 80s, probably before that, but at least since the 80s.
Every concert that I've ever went to has had a camera on the crowd at some point.
Yeah.
You just accept that that's part of it. So like
you watch the video of the concert and hope the frig that you're in it somewhere. Like you ever done that?
I don't think you have any expectation
of, there I am.
I don't know if there. I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but is there really any expectation of privacy at a concert?
No. I mean, look at the Weird Al concert last week. Puddles had his little,
of course,
his crowd cam, and he was putting everybody up in the front few rows.
Oh, exactly,
right?
Exactly. Where was I before I went 2 times off the rails?
Star Wars.
We were talking about Star Wars figures, I think, and
we were.
The releasing of a
wave at a time.
Focused waves versus waves that are all over the place.
Yeah, I just think it makes more sense once you have these multiple stories popping up.
And I guess the vintage collection suffers the wrong word. The vintage would be subject to this too.
Yeah,
because they put stuff out. It's sort of all over the place.
Like,
although they get vehicles, damn it.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. But on the one hand, right, like it's kind of nice. They do chop it up a little bit because it's a bit easier on the wallet. But the chance you take there, will they ever get around to finishing it?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what's going on right now with Hasbro and the X-Force line.
Right.
You've gotten characters now spaced out, and we still don't have them all.
Oh, I know what happened. We're talking about clickbaity stuff.
Yeah.
And that was a James Gunn thing. You had mentioned about Grant Gustin.
Yes.
Potentially going out. So I saw on some clickbaity sites, James Gunn is potentially a fan of Alan Ritchson.
Ooh.
And that name is getting kicked around for Batman. Don't know if I'm opposed to that or not. Anyway, back to Star Wars.
The other way, focusing it.
Sure.
It's nice that they're all at once, but that's also a freaking burden on the wallet.
It's a burden on the wallet.
See, now that makes sense to me, because I'm looking over, not Star Wars related, but like I'm looking at the section of my shelf devoted to my beloved New Warriors, which nobody loves but me.
Oh no.
And that's that shelf. Those, let me just count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those 7 figures represent pretty close to a decade
At
of
least.
action
Yeah.
figure collecting. 7
Yeah.
figures, and that team isn't complete.
No.
And I mean, some of the versions of those figures aren't even like
The correct.
correct appearances. Looking at you, Justice.
The trouble is if
Nova.
if you
Firestar.
if you don't break your wallet
No,
and
that's
get
her
the
first appearance.
entire
Yeah, I thought she had a different costume for New Warriors though.
No, that came later.
Okay.
She wore that in the first issue.
Fair enough.
Sorry, Hank, you were saying?
No, the trouble is if you don't break your wallet and get the entire wave, you're subject to not getting certain
Down
figures.
the line.
You might
Yeah,
not find them.
So
Yeah.
I personally, I could live with some breathing room between waves.
Me
Like
too.
let's put these figures on the shelf 2-3 times before we move on.
I've reached a this has happened to me before. What I would call critical mass, where like a decision has to be made.
Yeah.
What are you doing before the collection becomes too
Big.
not big, but like
Excessive?
bloated. Excessive, bloated,
Yep.
unfocused.
Yep.
And with me having my latest sickness, GI Joe Classified series, which has consumed me to the tune of what I think 5 figures this week, just GI Joes.
Yeah.
But that's a combination of like pre-orders and like Amazon Prime days and stuff.
Mhm.
But it's like my Star Wars collection is so big now. It's like as yours, Hank, measured in the hundreds.
Uh-huh.
That like without some new media to feed that, I look at what I have on the shelf right now, and
Right.
as I was considering what has to change, I actually said to myself, I can give up Star Wars collecting for GI Joe until some new media comes along that I'm actually invested in, because right now we're in a lull right now.
It
Until
is
they
mostly
drop something
reissues,
that's
right?
like, oh my god, I gotta have it, like
Mandalorian and Grogu.
like a big dark lighter or something. You know what
Well,
I
there
mean?
you go.
Like,
Yeah, I
we're
do.
gonna
I
dip
do.
back into classics.
But I don't need, like, there hasn't been a wave of Star Wars action figures come out that I needed everybody in the wave for some time.
Mhm.
I loved Skeleton Crew. I was a big fan of it. You
Me
guys
too.
don't
How
know
many
that.
Skeleton Crew figures do you own?
0.
I own 1.
Yeah.
I bought Brutus before I ever saw the show
Just
because
he
I
was in
need
the cantina.
like
Well,
we may never get a Shistavainen
yeah.
in
Right.
any other form, and
Right.
I thought, who doesn't want a fucking
I
Wolfman
think a lot of
pirate?
people thought like you, because I've never seen it in the wild, and I've seen them all just hanging on pegs everywhere I go.
Yeah. So I have a friend of mine that is sort of he's my eyes and ears in a bigger metropolitan center.
That's kind of cool.
Had oh my god, had SM33 in his hand, like, hey, do you want me to pick this up for you? And I'm like, that's a great, I've seen the reviews for that figure. He's a great, by the way.
I've never seen him in the wild.
Well, he's out there now. Lindsay had one the other day.
Really?
Yeah, they had him, and they had Krennic, ceremonial Krennic, which I also turned down.
I saw the Krennic.
Because I'm like, I don't want to pay $36 for a head that I'm essentially going to put on my original Krennic.
Apparently,
Because that's
there's
what
a
I
soft
do.
goods Mando around now, like that's like hitting stores.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see now that I would probably pick up because I hate that friggin' cape on the other one.
You know what I did? I bought for mine who was cleaning out his collection. It's not the most current look, but it is. I got the first version of the Mafex Mandalorian, which has a wired cloth cape. It's in perfect with my Black Series.
Beautiful.
Size-wise, I mean.
Yeah.
So that's fine. And I got him for a good price. So like I'm okay with that. That figure might actually be the most contentious. Like, I know Luke Skywalker has been the face of Star Wars up until The Mandalorian, but man, are they really making a run for it with Din Djarin getting released and re-released and re-released. Seems like every 2 minutes with a different.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so many static poses you can put a Baby Yoda in.
I know. That only has movable arms.
Right.
So yeah, I'm okay with like collecting just sort of like sporadically at this point, because I have the bulk of everything that I could ever want, and probably a few things that I don't need, to be honest.
No, 100%. Like I start to look at things and go, I just shelf room. I'm like, I could probably get rid of a few things just to, in case something else comes along. That's,
And as I say that, I'm staring at this picture, and I'm like, and I know it's coming, so I had another moment today where I look at the Solo figures. I didn't get any of the Solo figures when they came out because I was like, I don't know. But now I have such a warm regard for that movie. I'm like,
Oh
I wish
man,
I picked them up.
give Ron Howard another one. That's what I say.
Moloch not being one of them, I wouldn't.
And there's what I was talking about earlier. When you throw out a whole wave like that, I have everything but the figure that I really, really want from that wave, which is Rio Durant.
Yeah. Everybody wants Rio Durant though.
Man, it's a good looking figure.
Is that a Wookiee? Oh, you've never slept until you climbed into a lap of a Wookiee.
Minoc roast.
All right. With all of that out of the way, let us get to the business at hand, and that is, let's take a look at some of these figures. All right, tonight, first up, we got Moloch. Moloch was a Target exclusive, and he,
they.
Yeah, let's do that. They come in at $29.99 US at the time of their release back in 2018. So that's a deluxe price point figure in 2018, $30 compared to today.
It's a standard issue.
I mean,
that's light for you get one at $30 and you're like, ooh, it's on sale.
I don't understand how this one is a deluxe figure though. Like the accessories do not demand deluxe packaging.
It is a larger Moloch is a larger figure though.
Okay.
I don't know if Moloch is big, but bigger than a standard.
Yeah, but like
human character.
Even Chewbacca is not a deluxe.
It's been a while since I've seen Solo, but if anybody has do we see his face in the show, in the movie?
I don't remember. There might. I know.
I don't either.
Proxima. We saw the her thing, and then the broke the thing, and the light came in. The light.
Right.
I don't remember Moloch's mask coming off.
No, me neither.
I like that they are a saurid dinosaur looking thing underneath. Dinosaurs and Star Wars go together.
Yeah.
Looks like it suffers from the same thing as the Obi-Wan and
traffic cone clothing.
Another missed opportunity.
I have to agree with that. I didn't get a picture of it, but the overrobe does come off.
Okay.
But why would you take it off? Because it's part of the look. I mean, the matchstick staff thing is kind of cool, and the little snub-nosed pistol is cool, but like, this is just one of those characters, like for your 4 seconds of screen. I know that was more than that, but
yeah.
I have no attachment to this character. Moloch was the one that led the hound, like released the hounds, and it was Moloch on the reins there. Yeah,
should have been included, right?
There you
Corellian hounds. Yeah, you give me a 2-pack of Corellian hounds, I'm all over that.
Yeah, and I mean, it's like I don't do what you do, Wes, which is have a Solo shelf. Like, just an example. Like, I tend to go, here are my good guys from the original trilogy. Here are my bad guys from the original trilogy.
Yeah.
And then I have like sort of a bounty hunter alien shelf.
Okay.
And I'm like, where would I put him? Like, I guess he's an alien. He's not a Cantina alien or a skip guard alien. He's kind of a limbo figure. And
I don't necessarily do
an opportunity to get him. I just didn't choose to.
I think we're kind of do a similar thing because I don't do it by movie specific. I do it by era.
Right.
So like for and it's they'll get really blurred in the prequel era because like all my Clone Wars figures are not. They're kind of in an order, but ultimately like they could be anywhere in there.
Sure.
And I guess for me, if I had Proxima would be in my sort of Rise of the Empire sort of era, that somewhere between the Bad Batch and Jedi Survivor video game stuff.
The only thing I do slightly different is I try to separate good guys from bad guys ridiculously. And
see, I do that in sections. Like on a shelf, I'll have like, here's a bunch of Imperials. I better put a bunch of Imperials together.
This whole shelf on this side is all Imperial. I have 3. I like all the anyways, it's all Imperial. And then this side is all we do need to do like a show.
We need to get some of our friends on and talk about the psychology of the shelf arrangement.
Shelf life, we're looking at you.
We all have shelf
You're still with
lives.
us.
I want to know, how do you arrange? How do you prioritize the shelf? And do you rearrange the shelf?
I do, and I agonize over it too. I'll sit here and stare at things going, should I move my rules to before A New Hope, or are they realistically a part of, and then do I put my Andor figures with them because
Yeah,
realistically they're part of the rebellion, and I go, and I really do agonize.
For me, I go back to the volumetric issue. It's when you measure your collection in the hundreds.
Yeah.
When you buy one action figure, it takes you what, 5 minutes to open the box, and it takes me an hour to fit him into the collection.
Easily,
because I gotta
easily.
move 20 figures.
I'm at a point now where adding a figure and it invariably topples 10 to 20 figures.
Yeah. No, I hear you. It's the pain is real. Anyway, Moloch suffering from traffic cone syndrome and not just being not a very interesting character to begin with. How do we want to rate Moloch? And what scale are we
what is
using
our
this
scale?
week? Are we using Carillion Unbound?
Carillion Hounds. There we go.
Carillion Hounds.
Or Carillion dinosaurs.
I don't even know where this guy's from. Are they from Carillion?
Stocklight Raiders. Looks like a Futurama character, really.
Yeah, seriously.
For me, it's 2 out of whatever scale we're using because it's got the traffic cone. There's some nice paint apps. I don't have it in hand. He doesn't look very articulate beyond his arms. It doesn't look like his head probably moves a hell of a lot. That tiny blaster is pretty cool looking, but
I do like the snub nose blaster.
It's truncated. I don't know that we ever saw. I'm going to go back and watch Solo again eventually, but I don't know that we ever saw his face. And plus, with that, all that stuff said, plus the price point, two Carillion Hounds, and he's probably lucky to get that.
I can accept that answer. Andy, what do you think?
I don't know. I'm pretty close. I'm thinking like maybe 1 3/4 Carillion Hounds.
Yeah.
I hate the cone idea, and nothing about this guy screams Star Wars to me.
Really?
Like I could see this guy fitting in Dune.
Sure.
Oh, that's an
I would buy
interesting
that.
thought.
I would buy that.
How many aliens did we see in Dune?
I don't know. I still haven't watched the new one yet.
I'll give you a hint. It's somewhere between 0 and 0.
Yeah.
He's covered up, right?
His clothing, though, his look, that's total. I can see that being a Dune look.
But in the scene where Solo finds the rebels, Enfys Nest rebels,
yeah.
There's a dozen people in that scene that I would have had rather a figure of than this guy, even though they were in it for a split second.
Keep that sequence in mind, that scene, because I'm going to talk about that scene later tonight.
Where's Edrio Two Tubes?
I have a gripe.
How come we didn't get another Warwick Davis
We'll
figure?
get to that too.
Yep.
God, this figure is so bad to me. Maybe we just use a Moloch scale. I don't know.
Okay, we can do that.
I give Moloch 1 Molochs out of that.
Yeah.
Out of 5. I don't like him. The things I do like. I like the sauropod dino head. Show me more of that, because there are other dinosaur like creatures in the old expanded universe that I think are more interesting than him. Like what is it, like the whole Sluicy?
Well,
yes.
Friggin', Bosk.
Trandoshan. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Trandoshans. Yeah. Big lizard guys.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a precedent for it. And I also agree with you, Andy, that this look is more Dune than Star Wars. And I see this guy as being more desert than, mega city underground.
Yeah, I would have, I would potentially see him showing up on Tatooine.
He looks like a Force Awakens reject.
I'll tell you what he looks like to me.
We didn't use him from Jakku or something.
You know where he would fit in as an action figure if you populated, like, put many of them around him.
Yeah.
Is the oh my God, the Spice Gang.
Oh, sure. The Pikes.
That's it. You put a bunch of Pike figures around him, and I kind of wonder if maybe that helmet, like you can see it in the
I
box
kind of
art,
thought he was a Pike before I
like
saw
an
the dinosaur's
elongated kind
face.
of.
The leader Pike, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he would be okay in something like Mazanatta's Castle.
Oh
You know,
yeah,
if we were to do
Vitamin
something like that.
yeah.
But yeah, he's not. I think it's a drop ball in a deluxe exclusive. I don't know exactly if they knew what they were doing.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Moloch. You did not deliver, sir.
Moles.
Yeah.
Okay,
Cooler
let's
name.
move on.
Cool name.
Cool name. Let's move on to somebody that probably, maybe, kind of delivered. This one is a fan favorite. I'm talking about Clone Commander Wolf.
Ugh.
Wolf is a GameStop exclusive. He is at the regular figure price point for 2018, so that is still $19.99. We've got our standard red and black box box art, which is quite beautiful if you ask me.
Mhm.
And what can I say? We are essentially looking at a repaint of Clone Commander Rex with some minor retooling. He's got a new shoulder and a new helmet and a new head.
Yeah.
Face scar.
Big time. Oh
I
yeah,
like
big
him.
time, big time.
Now,
Um,
is the comma soft goods?
It is.
Excellent.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
So no hindrance there.
My background remover
He
actually
does have that wonky
removed
clone
it.
leg, though. Yeah.
He does. I mean, it's got the same legs as Rex.
Yeah. It's
So
Fox, right?
I would
It's
say
Fox.
that gosh, if I'm looking at mine on the shelf, I actually think this photo actually looks worse than it actually is.
I mean, it's not a bad Tamira Morrison.
That's a whole other story. We can get into that because some of these clones, you take their helmets off, they don't have the correct hairstyle.
Mhm.
That one's not too bad.
I think his is okay. It's okay, but again, I'm displaying him with the helmet on. I don't know. Do you have this one, Hank?
I do not.
Yeah. Okay.
And you know how I voted this week too, and voting with my heart again, and not
Again, yeah. No, I hear
exactly.
you. I hear you.
Um, any clone that makes it to the rebellion is okay by me. I mean, I have other clones of this era. I know the articulation is mediocre. It's just the look. It's a nice figure. This is a 4 Molochs for me.
4 Molochs. Yeah.
It's a nice figure. Yeah.
We're elevating Moloch's name tonight.
Right.
Andy, what do you think?
I am going to lock in at 3 3/4 Molochs.
3 3/4 Molochs.
Yep.
That is fair. I mean, you know how like gonzo I was
Clone Troopers are
for
your jam, right?
of course, and like I was absolutely nuts for Rex, the retail version of Rex, which I was lucky enough to get. So I mean, this was a no-brainer for me that I was absolutely going to love this figure, which I do. It doesn't hurt that he is the brainchild of Filoni.
Right.
And that shines through quite apparently in that helmet deco, which I kind of love it. First of all, I love clones. Second of all, I love it when a clone has a name. Instantly, he's a person to me. He's not just a thing.
100%.
Third, I love the ARC Trooper aesthetic, like the special ops guy.
Mhm.
I love them all. So like this,
He was
this
probably
could have
the
been.
biggest drop ball from the Bad Batch for me. I mean, there's a
No,
lot
I'm
of
with
drop
you on
balls.
that. I am 100% with you on
Yeah.
that. Although, does it make that? I just recently saw a screenshot of that episode where he and Wolf and Kanan are saluting each other,
Mm.
and it's like, oh, it makes me feel just a little bit better. Kanan, who is of course highly suspicious, not trusting of clones,
Right.
at the beginning of Rebels, has a big arc to turn that around. But yeah, Wolf for me, I do like the scarring. I don't like that the hair could just be the photo on this one. I'd have to take a look at mine. I don't like that the hair is not painted all the way down into the like. There's bare hair. Can I say that?
Bare
There's
hair.
bare hair there. That's horrible.
Helmet
Bare
rub.
arms.
Helmet rub. Yeah, that's what it is. He's got a helmet rub. Yeah. For me, I think Wolf is he is a 4 3/4 Molochs.
Oh, wow.
4 3/4 mold.
Left-handed
I mean, he
Jedi.
does have some nice, like that weathering looks decent. I don't see a lot of weathering on the other clones. His paint apps are decent.
Well, there's only weathering on one side.
Yeah, no, that's true. Well, he's
Nothing on the back.
point front towards enemy, man. Like
That's true. That is true.
it's a
Just like a
weapon.
seriously. Oh, that's hilarious. I love that. We need to write that on a clone. Point towards enemy. Right on the chest armor.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm gonna get a some way to print Aurebesh, and I'm gonna make a decal that goes
Nice.
on one of my
Front
clones.
towards
Point
enemy.
towards enemy.
Yeah. Nice.
I love
Wicked.
that. I'm stealing that for the Star Wars RPG.
Do it.
Do it. All right, where are we going to go next? Roll the dice. I don't have to roll the dice if you remember the preview image. We are going to the original trilogy. In fact, we are going to perhaps the most beloved film within the franchise. We're talking about Imperial Admiral Piet.
Ooh.
Last week we had General Veers. This week we get Piet. Also in the standard red. Oh, I see what is that? An X-Acto knife?
It is.
Are we getting? Oh, we're doing a live unboxing.
So, I don't know if you can see this. Remember this, Andy?
Vaguely.
Friend of the show, Andy.
Oh, geez, is that from Comic Alley?
It is from Comic Alley.
I recognize the price tag.
You guys can you pick up the price tag though?
I can't.
Not really. It's kind of blurred out.
I can't.
$129.99.
Oh no!
We did not pay that for it, Andy.
We did not pay.
There you can see it. There you can see it.
There, yeah. $129.99.
$129.99 is what that Joker was trying to get out of people before Andy stood his ground and said, would you pay? Would we get $30? 29 bucks, something like that. It was a while ago. I don't recall.
You picked that up without me. I went for that.
Yeah.
I put him aside. It was one of the ones I picked, and then I saw the price. I was like, as bad as I want him.
I don't want him $130. Want him?
No, it's not that bad, but nope. He showed up at a price point I could afford. Get into this.
You should be happy, Hank. He's got a removable hat.
I'm very happy about that. It's such a silly thing to put a character out with a hat and not give him 2 looks.
You know what I find funny about this, and when we get to Tarkin, it's going to be the same thing, is that these Imperial officers come with these weird pistols that we never saw.
No.
So why not give them a holster?
A version of a DL-44 or something, like a DL-45.
It's a weirdness. It's got a weird, thing going on. It does look like it's maybe broom handle based.
Yeah. Pop his hat off here. Okay. That's rare that they came with the
elastic on them.
Yeah, jammed in the joint there. Oh, there it is. So, first of all, wow, that's a nice likeness.
I do like the likeness on this one. He's good. Yeah, that's good.
And I mean, your standard articulation. He's got the proper rank plaque. Like, yeah. And I mean, you know what? I had this thought the other day too.
What's that?
I mean, actually, the other day was right before the show because I knew I was going to open this guy. Is that Vader's killing people left, right, and center, and just he looks great.
Piet dodges a literal bullet in this one.
Well, and then you never thought. I never thought watching the original trilogy at all as a kid that there's a pay structure there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And so what happens when Vader kills the admiral, promotes a captain to admiral, and he's like, "Thanks, Lord. Will that be reflected on my next paycheck?"
Creating a vacuum within the Empire. Wow.
He's real nice. I don't know if he's the same body as... Did we decide whether he was the same body?
We talked about this last week.
As Veers? Where's my Veers?
I should have done a 3-figure slide. I didn't. I did a 2-figure slide.
Veers is still wearing the medal from last week that he didn't win.
Here he is beside Grand Moff Tarkin, and as you can see, other than some gentle retooling for the code cylinders, it's got a different chest, but he is mostly reuse of Grand Moff Tarkin.
I think he's pretty much a reuse, except for a little retooling of
the chest.
So it's like we were saying,
a little bit.
Yeah. I'm not going to pull his armor off, but that's a very, very nice likeness. That's a 4 Molochs for me. It's a very nice figure in hand.
Last week when I said as I was putting the slides together, how I was second guessing my vote.
Mm-hmm.
This was my second guess this
Yeah.
week. Yeah.
And it's not crazy articulate, but as an officer, he just has to stand there and be stoic on a bridge. He doesn't need to,
If
do
you
the
can
split.
fold their arms behind their back so they look like
hell
they're
yeah.
in a at rest position,
Hell yeah,
that's all they need to do.
Easily
That's
done.
all they
Yeah.
need to do.
Yeah.
There you go. So
Oh, there you
perfect.
go.
Yeah.
Perfect. Stand there and look imposing. Done.
Absolutely. Admiral Piet.
Josh says, I hope he wins. Did you vote, Josh? Did I see your vote for this one? I'm not sure if I did.
Mm-hmm.
It's
By the way,
his face looks better in hand than it does in the glam shots for sure.
By the way, just a reminder to everybody who's watching, or if you're watching this in the replay, look at our social media. We are on all of those places down below. Each week when we do this, I put up a preview slide for the following week's figures so that you guys can go and vote on them. So you can get your vote in for your favorite figure for the Jack Porkins Medal of Badassery. That's for our best figure in show. Who was our best last week?
Oh my.
It was a Gamorrean guard.
It was the Gamorrean guard.
It was
You're
the
right.
Gamorrean guard. I couldn't. Yes. Yeah.
You're right. Yeah. Yeah.
And we just lost the actor who played Piet, didn't we?
Yes, we did. Just a couple
Not
weeks
too long
weeks
ago.
ago.
Yeah. I just want to say I was on top of stuff. That preview slide for next week, that's available now. You can go and vote right now.
Mm-hmm.
Get your votes in early. Remember, one vote per person per social media platform. So you can vote. I mean, you can vote what, 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Facebook, Instagram, Threads, X, and YouTube. You can vote 5 times.
Yeah.
So if you have a favorite that you really want to win, get your 5 votes in.
Mm-hmm.
Every one of them counts. Piet, what'd you say? 4?
I said 4. He's
4.
Yeah,
4 Molochs. That likeness alone, man,
really
is
nice in
worth like
hand,
3 of them.
actually. Yeah.
Andy, what do you think of Admiral Piet?
I am gonna lock in at 3.5 Molochs.
3.5 Molochs. Oh man, he was. I can't deny he was my second guess. Like, oh, did I pick the wrong guy?
What retailer was he exclusive of?
Oh, sorry. He was an Entertainment Earth exclusive.
Really?
Did I not? I didn't put the.
No, I was like, how the heck did I get him? But then I just remembered my story from 5 minutes ago.
Entertainment Earth. But I'm pretty sure I bought him when he came out, so we had access to him up here somewhere else. Probably GameStop or EB Games.
True was pulling a lot of things from the States at the time too.
Also, that was true. True for true.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Josh says I did vote on Facebook. Okay, then
I have voters remorse.
I counted your vote then.
Holding him in my hand, I do have voters remorse now. That happens a lot around here.
That's what happens. You have the Captain Picard effect touching the Phoenix warp ship, and you're like,
right.
Oh, why didn't I?
Stupid Enterprise.
I like that the hat is removable. I like the pistol. It's an interesting design, but
cool.
You've given me a pistol. I want a holster.
Yeah. Yes.
I want a holster. And all the Imperial, well, not all of them, because Krennic, I think Krennic actually has a holster.
Maybe the new Krennic.
But that suffers for me. So for that reason, Piet, love your portrait. It's amazing. And it, even without the hat on, it doesn't look out of place. You are 4 Molochs out of 5.
I mean, technically, the way Hank has him posed there, hands behind back, you could be
holding
it,
yeah,
waiting to shoot somebody. So
that is one way to do it. If you don't have the
or defending himself from Vader.
How do you do that through a video screen?
Yeah, really.
If you're like me or not like me and don't have several bins worth of parts that may or may not be categorized.
You know what they don't have with the horse riding pants? The
Jodhpur,
the Nazi pants.
The Jodhpur.
There's no thigh cut. There is no pivot.
No.
I can't turn my legs.
Not at all, eh?
No, not at all.
All right.
In fact, it makes them a little pigeon-toed.
Oh. Is there a pivot at the top of the boot?
No.
Okay, well there you go.
Oh, he's just got rocker ankles, which you have to kind of turn out to get that pigeon toe to go away.
Isn't that something?
Huh. I might have to play with him more. There might be a knee cut.
Fair enough.
3.75. I'm going to revise my without the thigh cut.
There he is again with Tarkin. It is definitely the lower leg. The legs are reuse of Tarkin. I think the arms are as well, but you definitely have obviously the rank is different, the code cylinders are different, and the head and portrait. Let's move on to the next one. This one takes us back to, or forward, I guess, into the sequel trilogy, all the way to. Is this Last Jedi? Is this the Last Jedi figure? When did they have their final meet?
Yeah, it would have
was
been
in
on
Last Jedi.
Last Jedi, yes.
Right, because she is the Boba Fett of the sequel trilogy. I'm talking.
That helmet is not Beskar.
I'm talking. I'm talking about Captain Phasma. This is a Quicksilver Baton version. And right off the hop, I gotta say, this is a marked improvement on this figure, even though it is the same body as the previous release. Just the paint on the the carbon scoring or whatever that is, the burn on the chest, the soft goods cloak, and that unnaturally accurate looking Gwendolyn Christie eye buried in there.
It's pretty unnaturally. Yeah,
it's very unnerving that it looks so good on a figure, or I shouldn't say the figure, on a character that turned out to be so bad.
The only thing I'd probably do with this if I had it was give that spear to Mando.
But it's not well, that's not a bad idea. This one apparently has a short version, so it's collapsible. Not Beskar. Although it has the same ting tang when you smack it around. Ting tang.
Made out of like
Quicksilver, whatever that is. Star Wars Quicksilver.
Yeah, it's the stuff that the Naboo ships are made of.
Left-handed Jedi just reminding me she had no Boba Fett.
True story.
But they tried to do the whole mysterious character like that. I use that analogy loosely in the sense that that's what they were going for.
Well, they're trying to force lightning to strike, and it doesn't always work.
No.
And the fact that the franchise did it twice with Boba Fett and Maul, it's pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
So forcing it is never going to work.
I'm a fan of Gwendolyn Christie's work, and not just Game of Thrones. She was excellent in Sandman as well, and she has such a presence, and so that presence is wasted. Like, yeah, I know it's Gwendolyn Christie because I know her voice, and she's a very tall woman, but like, what a wasted opportunity.
There's a comic of her, the rise of Captain Phasma.
Yeah,
and the comic is better than all three of the sequel movies, unfortunately.
Yeah,
and so it's such a dropped ball, but absolutely a waste of a good axe. Yeah, and I don't know if the paint app's enough to like. I don't own
the paint hasn't really changed much here. I mean, it's
if I saw it in a dollar bin, I might grab it just to have it, but I probably wouldn't even.
This is a case of, would I take the cloak off of this one to put it on the original Phasma, which I don't have anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm not doing that, but maybe a collector might.
Voting with my heart, also means that I'm going to react negatively with my heart too. Is it a good action figure?
She wasn't any worse articulated than the First Order Stormtrooper.
Sure.
So, I mean, we were pretty high praise on the First Order Stormtrooper.
No, it's a good look. It's I guess we're voting with our hearts because it's a great look.
Yeah.
But it's just everything that goes along with it. I like the soft goods cape. I like the idea of a stormtrooper commander. I like the idea of her having a polearm weapon. That blaster's awful. The desert tan. It's not Call of Duty.
That is the photo there is that's supposed to be a metallic sheen, but the color is off.
Oh, I see.
Another missed opportunity for electroplating.
I'm gonna give her a 1.5, and 3/4 of that is for the soft goods cape, and 3/4 of it is for the paint apps on the face.
Wow, Andy, where are you at with Captain Phasma Quicksilver Baton?
I'm a bit more forgiving. I'm gonna go 2 Molochs.
2 Molochs. I liked this character. I liked the figure when it first came out. I had the original one. And all of
Potential.
I don't know why they just didn't do this right away. Like, why did you take what 4 or 5 multiple years to get to soft goods? And
I don't know why the alternate fight from that. Remember, I showed you guys that the cut
yeah,
scene.
why that
Why
wasn't
that
in the
didn't made
movie?
the
Oh,
cut
I
because
know.
it's way better
It's
than the.
so much better. It's such a scene specific moment, and I mean, this is, I mean, okay, everybody, if you love this character, like, do you want your favorite character at the moment of their death? Because that's what this is. This could be
Han
called
Solo with
Captain.
the horror-stricken look on his face
Seriously.
as he's run through with a lightsaber.
This could be called Captain Phasma. I'm about to die.
Well, I did buy the Darth Maul Kenobi 2-pack where he's held together with a magnet and he's in that
Oh,
pose.
he's cut in half.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
funny. That's
Nice.
awesome.
And I love that one. It's awesome.
So, okay, what other people that do want?
Yeah,
I am not one of them.
fair enough.
I love that portrait. Like, it's scene specific and that's super cool, but like, just give me Gwendolyn Christie under there and let me be able to take that off. You didn't do that.
I mean, that would have been had they unmasked her for the movie for some like solid reason to give the actress her face time.
Yeah.
Man,
Star Wars is good at doing that. They didn't allow her to take her helmet off. They didn't allow Carrie Russell to take her helmet off.
Pedro threatened to walk until they let him take his off.
So it's like,
This is the way.
And yet he won't shave his friggin' mustache for Fantastic Four.
It's fine. That's fine.
Oh, Josh gives her a fairly negative.
Oh yeah, Josh, I give her -1 and a whole lot of zeros.
To the power of 20.
I don't know if I can read that as a number.
-1 or 20.
1 to the 1 -1 0 to the -10 to the exponent of like 14. Okay, Captain Phasma, Quicksilver baton. The baton is cool. The cape is cool. The head is cool. It's the same figure that we got before the first time around. So
ostensibly re-release.
Because it's scene specific, I can't
Is
get
the
behind it that
scorching on
much.
the chest?
It's painted.
Just paint?
Yeah, it might be
There's no-
tampo. It might be tampoed on there because actually looks pretty good.
It looks pretty good.
I would give Captain Phasma. I'm going to give her 2.5 Molochs.
Ooh.
2.5 Molochs. Now, where are we going here? We are going, because like we haven't talked about this figure enough, but this time, oh, sorry. I forgot that I had an extra
side by each.
Phasma gets a new battle damage helmet with an uncannily accurate face to eye underneath and a new soft goods cloak with red trim, but this is otherwise the same figure from 2015. Everything we just talked about. Sorry, I forgot that I had that packed in there. Albeit this time around, oh no! Did I go out of order?
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, I didn't. Okay. I did not. Oh, you got to go, Josh. Nope, that's good. That's good. You're going to cut in the gravy. That's awesome. I love this. You know, I don't know anybody who has speech to text flubs as good as yours.
Yes.
I'm going to put this up for everybody.
Cut my milk.
Bye, Josh. I got to run. I'm done cutting the gravy now. I got to go pick up my boycott. I'll catch you later. It is the
best. Cutting the gravy with the boycott.
Oh, that is the best.
That's a t-shirt.
Well, drive safe, Josh.
Yes, sir.
So I did not go out of order. It's just didn't space my notes appropriately. If I add a space, now it's correct.
There you go.
Okay. We're looking at Zuckuss. Now, bounty hunters. We still don't have them all yet, but we are now one bounty hunter closer to completing the ESB bounty hunter roster. And Zuckuss was a huge, I think, hugely anticipated figure. For me, it was anyway.
You mean Forlom?
Well, that being said, I know we talked about figures that have subsequent releases, whether it's an archive release or whether they get released in, say, an anniversary wave. Card. And Zuckuss is a case where that is going to happen. So for that reason, I feel like the 2-pack, which you have there, Hank, is not enough for me to include in this episode because it's unique enough
to be
It's
its own thing.
to be its own
I
thing.
never opened it, but apparently the cards have the alternate names, like the Kenner Mistake,
You
and he is colored like the you know
like
what
the action figure.
like the action.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like the
you know
action
what?
figure.
You know what?
Double unboxing.
Well, I'm not going to pull him off
Are you
his
having?
card.
I
I'm
was
not
going
a
to say,
psychopath.
are you having palpitations right now as you
I'm
do
not
this?
I'm not a psychopath.
Do you have the regular version of this?
I'm about to unbox that.
You do.
Too.
Okay, so you want to take them out and have a look at both of them side by side?
Oh man, there's a lot of tape on that, and I ripped the box.
Uh-oh.
The box. You mean the thing that goes in the recycling?
Cardboard day tomorrow.
Oh.
Well, that's good. I got enough of it.
There's Forlom.
You mean Zuckus?
Yep. Okay, let's see. There's a difference. So, if I can get a side by each with no glare.
Ooh, a Toys R Us one.
Yeah. So the original release. Oh, why do I have him down here as the Disney store? I think he was Toys R Us here in Canada.
That's probably true. That's as good as it's going to get.
It's about
My
as good as it's
camera
gonna get.
is going crazy today. My background is super blurry and it never is. Maybe if I get rid of my face.
That's because we're getting your monitor.
Can you see that?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. All right. Onward and upward.
So what's funny is like, we'll get to this when we get to the Empire wave. That's where they got like, hey, let's do these figures more like the vintage toys. For the Star Wars wave, they didn't really do that. They were the same releases that came later on on the regular in the regular packaging.
Oh, he's soft goods. I don't know what he was molded.
The soft goods on that cloak feel weird, but look, in my opinion, look pretty amazing.
Looking. Oh, voter's remorse again. I mean, they could have gone traffic cone. Man, I almost need some backstage lighting. Wow, he's really nice.
Well, there's no plastic to reflect off him anymore, so I love the look of it. Nice. But again, like this is a case where soft goods are both a help and a hindrance, in my opinion, because the printing on it is beautiful. But like, I don't think there's a Star Wars action figure whose soft goods are that thick. It gets very thick for fabric.
Stop with your not knowing.
Leathery almost.
But I mean,
yeah, almost.
It's yielding to his movement very nicely.
Yeah. How far apart can you get those legs?
Oh, I can.
That's all right.
Oh,
that's pretty good.
Yeah,
you can almost Van Damme.
I can actually Van Damme. Look.
Oh, damn!
Full splits on
competition.
Oh, Van Damme. Wow, that's very nice. He's got. Oh wow. He's got a nice. You can almost touch his butt.
Is he got a double jointed? Yeah, okay.
Double jointed knee. That's some really nice stuff on the back going on there. A lot of paint.
I feel like I should have taken this figure off the shelf before I put the slides together this week.
Wow, he's very nice. Let's see about this weapon here.
It's like something out of a Flash Gordon movie. Like a shotgun with a...
Look at that. That's weird. When
like a Tesla coil packed onto it.
Focused on my face. Look at the tip of the gun when it goes out of the
screen. Yeah.
Is that ever weird? My camera's never done that before. I just did it to the new OS, and perhaps it's that.
Oh, maybe it is. Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I was not expecting that at all. He really even wasn't a contender in my mind.
Until you touched it.
That's a 5, boys.
You like that one, eh? Okay. I can accept that. And maybe I should be pulling these figures off the shelf and actually handling them before I
got really decent head movement for having stuff like
attached
to his head. Like I can make him look sideways.
What's interesting and if you didn't know, like if you weren't a fan of the expanded universe or Legends as it's called now, you would never know that the droid, the head on that droid is based on the same species that Zuckuss is. The Gand species. But I guess every species needs protocol droids that they can renew.
True.
So let's put a big old bug head on them.
I opened the box.
I love the bug head, though. Reminds me of the fly, or at least the fly version from...
You're going with the 5. You giving him 5 Molochs?
I am giving him 5.
5 Molochs. Wow, that's a good score. Andy, what do you think of Zuckuss?
I really like him. He adds more, variety to our Star Wars universe, being another alien species.
Yeah.
Being a bounty hunter is just a bonus.
So at this
4
point,
3/4
at this point, we have Boba Fett, we have IG-88, and we have Zuckuss at this point. So we're how many more? Oh no, do we have Bosk? We have Bosk. So we have 4.
Bosk.
We're just Dengar waiting for Dengar and 4 LOM. Our bounty hunters are nearly complete.
And see, that's again going back, spacing them out.
Yeah.
Not as hard on the wallet.
No, you're right. You're right. I probably should have picked this one. I didn't. Oh, I agree with that. Left-handed Jedi says that Hasbro does aliens so well.
Yeah, I vote as remorse. And I was voting with my heart for a figure I don't even friggin' own. I gotta stop doing that.
All right. Zuckuss, for me, I like that gun. I know that it's a repurpose, like it's a real world rifle. The magazine is the giveaway. It's been cut down, but like that thing on the bottom that just looks so Flash Gordon-y. Let's go full screen on Hank for a minute and have a look at that. It's very Flash Gordon-esque, and I just like that. I love that aesthetic. It's got it
looks like that could be the original. Remember General Nadine's stick
or
Akbar's pointer thing
the
too.
Stick.
Looks like a shotgun though. Like it
the
looks
way
like
they cut
an
it
old
off,
Western gun. Yeah.
Yep.
If the secondary hanging piece is
two-tone, like there's
we put some paint on that.
Yeah.
If that bottom's just a handle, that makes it a club real easy.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Hold it by the barrel and club them.
Exactly.
I like Zuckuss, but I like all the bounty hunters, to be honest. Man, I should have voted for this one. I'm going to give him... Oh, you did? Yeah. I'm going to give him... he's another 4 3/4 Molochs.
Man.
He is so Moloch, he should have been called Moloch.
And this is a case of where, like, okay, we like Wolf is incredible, but how many clones have we voted through already? And this guy is not going to make it to the finals.
Wow.
Yeah, he might make it on the Empire card.
On the
well, we might need it. Yeah, we might need an honorable section
because it is recolored, right? So,
hey, Daniel Evans, I really appreciate that, but we don't accept proselytizing here. Thank you very much. Go away.
Wizard Moses now.
And done.
Yep.
Okay, so there we go. 4 3/4.
Excellent.
4 3/4 Molochs for me. And man, if I was into the Kenner aesthetic, I would be like absolutely over the moon for the one that I know is coming. But this is my guy. All right. One more time, because we haven't talked about this figure enough, but this time with extra gear. I'm talking about the Stormtrooper. This one, Stormtrooper, that's not actually what it's called. I don't know why they have it listed as Stormtrooper battle damage. It's actually called Stormtrooper with blast effect. This one is a Disney Store, another Disney Store exclusive. Hank, you've got that one, right?
I got it at True, and it even comes with a... Yep.
There we go.
So standard fare, but...
wonky leg and all.
Yeah, wonky leg and all. And this guy's actually, I don't know if I can get his head bob in there.
It's very obvious.
Super loose head.
It is very obvious. He's a
he's
a true bucket head.
Unlike the new molds, he's got a friggin' holster. The blast effects on him. The head's not too bad, but that chest looks like a 3-year-old did it. Unfortunately,
looks like he got hit at least 5 times in the same spot.
I mean, like that doesn't look very far off from what I'm looking at in the photo. So that kind of suggests to me that they're tampoed.
Right.
And if they're done with a machine, then they probably all look like that. Probably not a lot of
I've
variance
never
there.
pulled the blast effects out. They're still in the box. I pulled this box out of one of my closets earlier.
I'm pretty
So
confident that the one blast effect, the one that's in the top of the image, is the same blast effect that's on the Hoth centerpiece.
well, that
Okay.
makes sense.
Yeah.
So it might look cool lit up. But you know what I have to say? And a crazy, 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 crazy dropped ball is that this figure stand
Yeah.
is absolutely amazing.
It's two part.
It's two part. It's got two pegs. So you could stand two figures on it, or you could give like, why would a stormtrooper ever stand legs akimbo like that? But so you've got the sort of the imperial, floor print, and then you've got the logo. If you want to be one of them guys.
I dig that.
And I don't know why something like this isn't standard fare. If DC and McFarlane can do it, my goodness, Star Wars.
McFarlane is
Hasbro,
not.
get it together.
I mean, McFarlane can do it, but they sure don't do it well.
No. But there's a stand with every figure, though.
I gotta tell you,
there's a stand with every figure.
I don't even know if this is gonna show up. I don't normally do this, but let me just do a little plug here. I bought these aftermarket, and
I was going to ask you for this link again.
Figure stands are something you're always going to chase. But I'm telling you right now, for your 6-inch figures, these guys that I got from Amazon, this is a 30 pack. These might be the best aftermarket figure stands I've ever owned. These are great for 6-inch scale. You've got two pegs, so you can peg both feet on.
And they're not like this far apart.
No. And so like these are very close in size to the stand that comes with the classified series.
Oh. We chopped out.
Retro.
Oh no. Who? Can everybody hear me? I can't. Wes is frozen solid. Did Daniel Evans smite us? Oh no. It says the broadcast is still ticking on my end. Am I alone? Hi everybody. I'm Zuckus. I don't even know if I'm on there and you're not. You can hear me. Great. So a guy walks into a bar. Well, please stand by. Wes is frozen, and now he's a blank screen in the studio to me. So they may be resetting the things. So everybody just hop in the chat and let me know what's going on. I never know what to do when I'm by myself. I guess I could open another figure. We have a I got a Zuckus knockoff. I'm not on screen. I don't know how to get myself on screen, unfortunately, here. Let's see. Remove from scene.
Its thing.
Oh, there he is.
Let the thing do its thing.
Let the thing do its thing.
I really wasn't expecting this, but seeing as it's happened, let me just put that out there. Where Andy and I live, for the last 3 days, we both have internet from Rogers.
Oh, it happened again.
Those of you in Canada, spotty. Our internet has been spotty for days, so
apologies.
This is completely out of my control, but I promise you, it's not us.
Oh, they're chopping all over the joint. I think we're close to the last figure. Oh, you guys. Should I pull out a blast effect for you guys to see? I don't know what to do. It's a thing I'm not on these shows by myself. I'll tell you what.
And which it looks.
Oh no. Well, I could do a dance for you. I think they're hopping back according to the studio.
Are you there?
It's weird and hollow. I'm trying to keep it moving.
I
can hear you.
Can you see me?
You can see you too. You're chopping.
Okay, wait, before you go any further.
Yes.
Before you go any further. Our internet has been cutting in and out for the last 2 days. So if it happens again, We may not be able to get through it all. I'll do my best to go forward and record like with the local recording and put this up as a video afterwards.
Sure.
But
Everybody can
this
still see and hear me.
is the
They're
nature
saying
of
chat.
yeah, so if you want, you could take over and you
Well,
could finish it.
I what on the last figure are we not?
We got one more. We got a multi-pack and we got a bonus.
Oh yeah, that's right. You guys have seemed to resolve for now.
Okay, well, let's
I
just
was
keep
going, I
going.
was pulling the blast effects. I didn't know what else to do.
No, that's
I'm
totally fine.
panicking.
There they are. But again, we've talked about this figure. I've got a few NECA blast effects. Oh, I bet you they work pretty good too.
Not bad.
I tell you,
I
I
mean,
just
these are
bought.
hollow, so there's room for lights.
Is it got a square? Yeah, they are hollow. Okay, that's cool.
Mhm.
You could put a little flameless tea light in that.
Yeah.
Flicker kind of neatly.
Oh, that's a great idea, dude. I'm off to Dollarama. Oh, they froze.
See you next week. Bye.
Oh, we froze again.
Oh well, shit.
I'm gonna. No, you're good. You're freezing. So I'm gonna rate this guy. The figure itself, because we've had many stormtroopers on this these horrible legs. And I love the boys know I love me some stormtroopers. And I've got many variants and many of not this guy but this body type. It's probably a 3, excuse my burp, but that a lot of it has to do with that stand. I'll tell you what, stand is incredible. I don't know how to advance slides. This is why I don't have my own podcast. It might be. It might be. Emperor's Crusader. What's going on, man? Welcome to the show. Normally, I have many people with me to support me and letting me go crazy on the internet all by myself. I'm going to try to keep my clothes on. I know there are 3 more figures sort of coming up, and I can't advance the slides because they have all the control over that. Oh, you know what? Heck yeah. Oh man, they make him look cooler there than he is. He's a 3 for me. 3 Molochs, 5, and that's probably a little bit voting with my heart again, which I'm apt to do. But this is a really cool. Emperor. I do not collect hot toys. I mean, I can't afford them. I bet though, if I sold 100 of my 300 Star Wars Hasbro figures, I could afford a couple of the toy stuff. Now, I do love them. I do love a lot of the sideshow stuff is beautiful. But we're doing a Black Series thing here. So R2X2. Now I know that Wes has prepared some slides. These are the old
Connecting.
the old body. I've moved on. We can move backwards. I didn't know what to do. I gave the Stormtrooper a 3. Let's go.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Stormtrooper blast effect for me. The blast effects do nothing for me because I pose my guys museum style, so it adds no value to me.
I don't know how they got him standing like that. Like, I mean, I guess because he's got a rubber leg.
Maybe. For Andy, what do you want to do?
2.
Yeah, I'm with you. 2.
2 Molochs.
2 Molochs.
So there's a new friend of the show here. We want to throw his comment up.
Crusader from YouTube. Hello, sir. Thank you for tuning in. Sorry that you caught us on one of the worst nights.
Yeah.
The internet where I live is.
Oh my. We're gonna power through it. We're gonna power through it. This is the old R2 body. Now they fixed the scale, and you've seen us probably talk about that with some of the. We'll be getting there in about 10 years. It is going to be like I'm talking to myself, right? But I know there are human beings out there in the ether that I'm talking to. I just gotta, connect with you guys here. Black Series. Oh, let's throw a comment up here because I'm talking to the comments without showing the comments. Black Series are very cool, man. I would like the Rebens they do. Anyway, I got to shoot. Take care. Thank you for supporting Indian middle-aged women. Okay, all right. Very cool. That's a strange comment. All right. This one is going to be strange to listen back to. Yeah, no, especially if you're just listening to the audio broadcast. It's like I'm having a psychotic break. I said that too. I don't know if you heard it, but I think we were smited by Daniel Evans. All right, some of the other things that are going on in here. It's a pretty great R2. I don't know how to solo myself. Andy and you are passing. Are you guys watching along? All right. You should have never given me the power. You should have never given me the power. All right. That's fantastic. It's the the standard fare R2. The head actually causes the thing to the middle leg to retract and expand there. Recently, so these uh, you're watching on your phones. Excellent. Well, thank you for the moral support. The little head diamonds, if you will, the little triangles, they fall out super easy. And one got vacuumed up recently, so I guess I have an incomplete R2. And the third figure from this set, R5D8, looking a lot like R5D4. It is yeah, Lefty. It's a sweet droid pack, actually. I did get this off Amazon, and I think Wes has got some slides in here. There we go. There we go. So yeah, we have the individual pilots here. So we got Luke. Obviously, everybody knows that R2's got some blasts on him from the taking that shot. I blast R2. And there's Jack. There's Jack Porkins' droid. And maybe he should get the Porkins in honor of Porkins. He's a great looking little droid, even if they're not scaled correctly. And we've Hasbro has rectified that. And there's a comparison with the R5D4. And I actually have the R5D4 that is the new scale. So if I could put those up together, he should win on principle. You are 100% correct. Since we boated ourselves into a hole, maybe we should just give it to this droid and have it be a day. Maybe I'll just I don't know how to solo myself here. I don't know what I've done. Okay, I'm not going to muck with that too much. But you could probably see that the scale is a little bit, so this is the new scale, much more accurate to the scale of the droids in the movies. And then finally, it's my show now. I keep talking to the comments without popping them up. So you people, I'm not a crazy person. I mean, I am, but Aaron Net, Red 10, who he lives for about 4 seconds in the movie as well. I didn't actually know that he had 2 little arms that came out. I'm not going to attempt. So he came stuck in the box. I can't twist his head in any fashion. I've tried to cut the paint with an X-Acto knife. He's just frozen solid, and I don't want to break a toy, so I haven't ever had the cojones to manipulate him anymore. Now, we do a thing here where we sometimes vote individually on these droids. And at the end of the day, 2 out of 3 are just repaints. Yeah, perfect. They all have the trap. So the boys are saying they all have the trap doors. But with 2 of them being repaints, it's kind of hard to score. So I love the fact that we got a red squadron, and so there are at least 10 red squadron members. So that, I mean, we need the other 7 droids to flush it out. And I know there's another droid pack out in the ether, another 3-pack. I can't recall. 3 Mohawks, 1 for each as a multi-pack. Do we have the price point on these? Was the price point on that first slide? Wow. It was $50. I don't recall paying that much for it. I bought it off Amazon for sure. I don't recall paying $50 for it. I might have got it on sale, which is probably why I pulled the trigger. But at the end of the day, they populate. Oh yeah, where are you guys?
Haha.
How do I add you back? Oh no, I got a haha, and they were gone again. At the end of the day,
We're here somewhere.
okay.
We're here somewhere.
How do you add yourself to the chat? Oh no.
Stick you out.
There
Hi.
you go. Oh, there you go.
Oh.
Hi. I don't know how I'm doing. There's been some great comments though.
I don't know what to do. I'm like, at least we can like I can turn my Wi-Fi off and use my phone's mobile data to watch the show, and I'm like, I can at least comment that way.
Mm-hmm.
Does
I don't
anybody
know
have
if
any
that's
alcohol for this? Because I'm drowning here.
You're doing just fine. You're doing just fine. We talked about the other multi-pack before. I think there was
Right.
some Red Squadron droids
There
in there.
might have been.
So I
Yes,
think
sir.
Biggs was in there, and Vander, the Dutch Vander was in.
Right. I'll give them a 3 a piece, but also a 3 for the set. They at the end of the day they populate a lot of my Jawa action figure photography because it just makes sense. I think I have 3 or 4 R2s, and none of them are the clean single carded release. We lost the boys again, but they're great like stills like that. So we just need Andy's boat. Maybe they'll hop back on, but so far there's 2 3s in a general sense. And I I don't want to do this without the boys, but I do know who wins, and I back in the comments again. There they go. Well, I guess if you guys aren't here, there's nothing to stop me. There's not a thing stopping me from giving this guy the Jack Porkins. Regardless of how you vote, it's now a dictatorship, everybody. Left-handed Jedi. 3 works for you too. Yeah, I mean, droids are awesome. R2 units are awesome. I mean, let's face it. Might as well do it. The Jack Porkins, the Jack Medal of Badassery is awarded to the best overall figure of each episode. The inscription reads, non-mentum loris, or no chin straps, because like the Duke John Wayne, Porkins new chin straps were for sissies. It's it's the new Hank show. It's not the old Hank show. I really should have smoked more weed before this happened. I'll tell you that. And let's see who got it. Drum roll. Congratulations, Clone Commander Wolf. While you be mostly a reuse of Clone Commander Rex, your unique deco, head sculpt, and characterization make you a cut above the rest. I don't have one in hand. I think everybody has a voter's remorse. You know, the metal looks pretty good on Piet. I don't think I can get it over Forlom's head. The metal here. We'll just let the figures fight amongst themselves for who gets it. But he's probably going to move on to the semifinals round, and we're going to have to talk about what happens to these figures who got honorable mentions, who probably should have won had we not been voting for our hearts. Now, I believe Wes said that there's a bonus. I know. I agree. And it's one of those things where I do a lot of unboxings. Yeah, there are bonus slides. Somebody said that. It's one of the things where I do a lot of the unboxings live because I am a recovering inbox collector. So as soon as I'm apt to vote for something, change my entire mind once I get it in hand. I believe there are some bonus slides. Let's click forward and see what we've got here. Ladies and gentlemen, Enfys Nest's swoop bike. So, I mean, this is a very, very cool exclusive. The price point for a vehicle, and I mean, the vehicle looks really nice. I'm hoping Wes has got some. Okay, well, first of all, let's deal with the figure. Now, I'm a big fan of the Solo movie. I don't know if you guys watch the show a lot, but I've mentioned that several times on the show. I'm actually a big fan. I think Ron Howard should get another Star Wars property, maybe a TV show. If him and his daughter could collab on a friggin' steep Star Wars project, if you could get it on sale, that's a decent looking figure. It's actually a great looking look show. The helmet off character reveal of the young girl. Yes, there we go. I have one major gripe. The biggest crime against this figure is not including Aaron Kellerman's likeness. Other than that, it is a nice figure. So I thought that reveal, as she was quite young when she was in the role, and you're expecting this old grizzled warrior, and then you get this teenage girl, the leader of this resistance, ostensibly an early member of the rebellion. But there's some really nice soft goods look here. I don't own this figure. Some like that fur is fantastic. The helmet's nice. Let's see what the bike's got going on here. I mean, that's a nice looking vehicle, and they fly the heck out of those things in the movie. That's a really nice looking vehicle and figure. That's probably 3 and pushing 4. The price point is a little high for me for a 2018. I like just having the mask. It gives the figure more mystery. Well, 100%. But as a action figure photographer, I wouldn't mind to break that wall and be able to shoot both ways. And if we're talking $60 and we're talking bonus content, accessories, another head or just a removable helmet can be the way to go, but we often know that Hasbro is spending all their money on Marvel and GI Joes, not GI Joes at this point, but they seem to be cheap out on the Star Wars stuff a lot. Oh wow, nice, Sean, nice. Yeah, you should throw some photos in the chat if you can of it live. I'd like to see that rather than these glam shots. But it is a nice looking vehicle. Does it have a stand? Does it sit with a stand?
Does.
I know there's a delay.
There is a stand.
There is a stand.
Yep. There's a stand.
We're back.
You are.
I think we're back. Oh my gosh. It's so bizarre with the time delay from the broadcast to when it actually rolls on YouTube.
Right.
So
I can hear my last thing I said on your phone as you guys click back in, actually.
Because we both access the studio the same way. I'm still looking at droid photos. Do you want to re-click the photo you're on just to see if it updates my end?
I will try, yeah.
Okay, perfect. There she is. There's Kellyman.
Are you still there? Okay, back to
I
you.
Am. Wow. Again,
Taking that fur cape.
I do. I like the fur cape. I like the soft goods.
I like all I like the combination of different soft goods. I don't. If Sean has this in hand, and I think he does, are those pauldrons or not pauldrons, but the skirt bits on the front? Are they also soft goods?
I believe they are.
Yeah, that's a nice looking figure.
Such a tribal look.
That's a 3.5, 4 for me. I
You
mean, I
think
really
about
like the necklace.
think
I
about
really like the
when
bike.
this movie takes place within the franchise. Like this is another rebel cell, independent
100%.
of Luthen and Mon and all those people.
Mhm.
Well, this is
So
this is the earliest rebel cell. If you want to get down to brass tacks, we're talking 13 BBY,
yeah, yeah, they're very early.
right? So this is ostensibly the earliest rebel cell.
And we don't because like we just refer to her as Enfys Nest, and to the way that she's presented is she's just a gangster,
Mhm.
Right.
right? And we don't
Yeah.
find out until the very end of the movie that the fuel is being forwarded on for other purposes.
Right, right.
I would love to know who she's connected to.
Well, her mother is Enfys Nest.
Right, right.
Yeah, so there are novels and comics that support uh, the idea that her mother was killed and she's taken up the mantle.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's almost like a Boba Fett thing, like
Kind of. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I just think,
could she ever scrap?
Aaron Kellyman had such a huge breakout right around the time of this movie that just not including her likeness just really felt like,
Agreed.
oh.
Mhm.
And like I said, it's a drop ball in terms of a deluxe figure or an exclusive figure
But
at that price.
I don't go ahead, Hank.
No, just at that price point,
Yeah.
a spare head would have been the way to.
I don't disagree with Lefty though that the mystery is maintained by not doing that. And she was a relative unknown at the time, so I guess it's
Oh, I see what
okay.
he's saying. Like in terms of releasing the figure,
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
hadn't seen the movie and wanted to buy the figure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, looking at the swoop bike itself. Oh, I went too far. Let's go back. Looking at the swoop, with this really has like to me, this has like a nautical vibe with like all of the veins on it that look kind of
Yeah,
like
yeah.
sails.
It does look like it has a sail.
But
Yeah.
again, it's a swoop, and I mean the term swoop. I think it goes as far back as some of the earliest novels.
Uh-huh.
And the idea of a swoop bike as opposed to a speeder bike is, let's take a starship engine and strap a seat to it,
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
right?
Reminds me of
So
the
they
Cobb
are
Vanth vehicle, realistically, the
kind
pod,
of, yeah,
the
yeah,
pod
the pod
racer
racer.
engine.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So no wonder they're operating at like aircraft altitudes in this movie, like in a mountain range.
Mhm.
See how calming
Super
your
cool.
presence is? I was going crazy ADHD there.
Buddy, I was loving watching you twitch.
I was just like,
And
"What's going on?"
you were a pro, man. You were
Oh,
a pro. I give you,
thanks.
like, one show, like, one little coaching session, and you'll be in the center square.
Nice, 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 nice.
4.5 more
I
lots.
it's
That's
unscripted.
great.
I'm okay when I get a script, but oh my god,
You wanna see what it looks like, with a rider?
I do.
There we go. So there it
Wow,
is,
that's really
also with
nice
the
looking.
stand. I believe the stand is the stand that got used for the Ray, the junk speeder. It's almost like a whooshing effect.
Okay, okay.
I think that is the
It
same. I
does
could
have
be
like
wrong.
it's got a snow effect because they're on
Well,
that
it's supposed
snow
to be
planet.
clear plaque.
Right.
Also, I think that's the one that they reused for the Mandalorian of the speeder bike,
Mm.
Okay.
the one that came with the Grogu in a bag.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense if the stands can be interchangeable with the vehicles. That's a
I
perfect
would think
way to
so.
sort of do that. Yeah.
Mhm.
And if that's the case, then if you have any of the older speeder bikes, uh, yeah, if you have any of those speeder bikes, you could use
Mm.
those. And those are cool because they have basically a short, a medium, and long shaft, and
Okay.
there's a ball peg at the end of each spear,
I
so
resemble that comment.
you can set them up short, medium, tall, which is exactly what I've done.
Awesome.
That is our bonus slide for this week.
What did you guys score it? You guys didn't
What
score it.
the okay, the Enfys Nest, I passed on this.
Me too.
I passed on it, and I don't regret passing on it, but and I can admire it from afar this way and appreciate it for what it is because it's super cool.
Yeah. Throw a Jawa on that bike though.
Gosh. Mm.
Mm.
You know, throw a legacy character on that bike, and it's a
Yeah,
whole different
yeah.
animal.
I think go ahead, Andy. You want to weigh in on it?
3 Molochs.
3 Molochs.
Yeah, that's what I gave it.
I think I'm with you as well. I think it is a solid vehicle. It's long. It's very long. Um, I just don't resonate with it enough to want to have it in the collection, even though I have a soft spot for solo figures
Mm.
that I regret not getting when they first came out.
I mean, your comment on its length, that's a 6-inch figure. That's got to be an 18-inch
Oh my gosh, it's huge.
toy.
It's
So
huge.
that's a
Yeah,
lot of real estate to consider.
it is.
Yeah.
It absolutely is.
Oh, lefty. Yeah, that's a good score, man.
3.5. Pass on this, but I like it. 3.5. I like it as well. The whole voter's remorse thing, Hank, you nailed it, by the way.
Yeah.
Because, like, I could have voted for Zuckus.
We
And I
might
could have
seriously
voted
have to go back and spend some time, and I'll gladly lend a hand because I know it's a lot
back
of
and rewatch them and just
and
make
just
notes.
figure out what honorable mentions should have maybe pushed through.
Well, our first few episodes didn't even have a
That's
medal winner
true.
because
That's
that
true.
didn't happen until we had Gaz on the show.
Mhm.
And it sort of evolved out of that. And it's worth going back to look. It's just on top of everything else that I'm doing. It's a low priority for me.
No,
So
100%. Absolutely.
before we say goodnight, anybody want to take a look at next week's offerings?
Sure.
Hell yeah.
Let's do that. Remind everybody, as I said earlier in the show before I got cut off, that you can vote on these right now. It is live on all of our social channels.
Zuckus was robbed.
Zuckus was robbed. Listen, you can't blame the three of us because we are
No.
only. I mean, if we all
You guys
voted
got to
on
get out there
every,
and vote.
as I say, if we all voted on every channel, we only account for 15 votes. And I have to tell you,
If we all vote for the same one, we cancel each other.
we are a small show, so there's never been a week where we have submitted 15 votes.
No.
Between the three of us, we've never done that.
I don't have all the social medias, so
that's
right.
real. That's reality. That's life.
Yeah.
That is life. Let's look at what we're looking at next week. Remember, I said that the Ray centerpiece thing was going to come back. It's coming back.
It's coming back.
And arguably, this one might even be better than the one that we just looked at.
She looks like she's in the same exact pose from the other one.
She does look like she's in the same pose.
Yeah.
We are looking at phase 3 centerpieces. That's wave 2. It's Kylo Ren and Rey, and then we're back into the regular boxed waves. So it's waves 15 and 16. Now, of waves 15 and 16, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 figures. 3 of them we've already talked about, so they do not appear here. That leaves us with DJ Canto Bite, Rey Island Journey, Han Solo from the Solo movie, Grand Moff Tarkin with the IT-0 interrogation droid, the Range Trooper, and Lando Calrissian.
And here you have one of the problems with having multiple storylines happening at once is that you're now you have to mix. So it seems like they're still trying to give us some legacy stuff with that Tarkin, as and as well as represent the other two storylines, so that the people that are into those can stay relevant. I've already voted twice. I might have to open a few more accounts in case I want to change my mind.
It's going to be Hank 1, Hank 2, Hank 3. Oh my God, this figure just suddenly got 50 votes. Where are all these people during the live streams?
Right.
I have to say, the whole internet thing, which by the way added for not only frustrating but also comedic, added some levity. So thank you for holding down the fort while.
And thanks to all 3 people for sitting with me.
I know how frustrating it can be, so I'm glad it wasn't a total wash. As I'm sitting here thinking, oh my God, we're gonna have to download this from the studio and then run it as a separate video. But you know what? At the end of the day, it survived and we made it through. So bumps and all. I don't even know if I'm gonna edit this. I don't know if I'll go.
What the heck?
As soon as you go back and edit it, we lose all the comments.
Yeah.
So that's not really. Yeah, I agree, Lefty. That was a show for the books.
Thanks, man. Watching Hank have
I'm here. I'm not.
Oh, man, is that guy on his Ritalin? I don't think he is.
It's gonna be fun next week. I'm still working on some other stuff. I'm having a lot of fun sort of weighing the odds about how I handle this, but and I've said it before, we're gonna have to do the deserted island episode, and that's coming. I've been
thinking about that a lot, actually.
I gotta get a guest list together so that it's not so huge that we're streaming for hours and hours, but at the same time, I want to get some good quality guests, some of our friends in the YouTube world that have been gracious enough to have us on the show. So That being said, a shout out to Cutthroat Comics. I know you're in the middle of a move out there,
Yeah.
moving across the country from.
I do really want to, because that's my comics are my jam. So I'd really, really want to sit in on that
I
little
apologize that
short.
we couldn't work something out before your move date, but when you're settled, let's get on that. Let's revisit the your list of Star Wars comics because I think that would be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you want to have a chat about before we say goodnight?
I just want to echo this left-handed Jedi.
Yes,
Oh,
kudos to Hank.
I'm
Exactly.
gonna
You did
rewatch that
awesome.
with a little narcissism and find out for myself.
You did great, man. Honestly,
Thanks.
as I'm sitting here losing my mind, thinking I'm gonna punch the monitor, I'm watching you on my phone. I'm like, oh, you're doing fine.
Excellent.
You're doing fine. Yeah, we'll give you a little coaching session on how to use the studio controls, and you'll be off off
Nice.
to the
Yeah,
races.
there was a time there where I was like, I don't know how to
How
make
do I
myself
do
big.
this?
I don't. Oh, I do. I can switch sides. It is like when I'm scripted. Okay, now I don't have to just stare at you people for.
Oh, it's great.
The funny thing was I kept talking to the comments without putting the comments up.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah.
I read them all the time too.
Cuckoo.
Like I'll read them and go like, do I want to put that up?
Right.
Nah.
And I think my favorite one was that David Evans maybe smited us.
He may have. He may have. I saw the comment. I'm like, nope, no proselytizing here.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. No.
Daniel Evans. Awesome.
All right. I believe we
That was
got
a
a
hell of a
banger.
ride, boys.
We got a banger of a random fandom coming up this week. I've been feeding Andy for the last couple of days some interesting things that are coming down the entertainment pipeline. So stay tuned for that. I'm sure there's a meme or two that we're going to talk about
At
this
least
week.
one or two.
Oh man.
Hopefully the internet's fixed by then.
Oh my gosh.
Otherwise,
If we end up doing that on Tuesday night, we don't have a backup in another province to keep the show going. We almost need like a behind the scenes guy in case this washes. You got to take over.
That's funny as hell. I know that Superman has cracked 400 worldwide, 400 million
That's
worldwide already.
it's gonna be it's gonna make a profit. So
I had to laugh because I saw in the news feed today one rolled through saying that it had broken that it's already made back its production budget. But
Yes.
then you keep scrolling and they're like, yeah, there was a 70% drop since last week. Well, it's not opening week anymore.
No.
Every movie drops after the first week.
They do.
And
They all
it's still the number one movie in North America right now. It's beating.
It's Sunday, so we'll get the
I know what you did
numbers.
last summer.
Yeah, we get the numbers tomorrow.
We'll get the
so-
numbers tomorrow. We'll see how it did. I
And-
predicted last week that the box office was going to be Superman, and then what the other four.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I still think it's gonna because I don't think Superman opened against anything else.
I know what you did last summer.
Oh, so that might.
That was this weekend.
It made
so-
13. It made 13 million.
Oh
as
yeah, that might
comparatively.
actually be on the list this weekend. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm going to see it a third time on Tuesday with a buddy and his son, and I actually can't wait again.
And they're first time viewers.
Yes.
They're gonna
I
have such
gotta.
a
I
fun
gotta.
time. Yeah. When you know
I mean,
the thing is
as a
coming
second
in.
time watcher, I was anticipating things. I have to say, I laughed louder. I might have cried a little bit more because I was more open to that.
Yeah.
But the poor stranger in the seat next to me, like, I'm goddamn Mr. Terrific. Yes, and she was like, "Calm down, buddy. Like, have you never seen a movie in the '80s? I used to clap for God's sakes."
I think I stood up in a Star Trek movie when Data was like, "Yes."
Yeah. I still remember my favorite movie going experience of all time was with you when we saw Starship Troopers, and there was a gaggle of us.
Yeah.
That was the most fun I think I've ever in the theater as an adult.
Going to the movies with your friends, I don't think is that a thing? I see people do it in groups. I don't have a big group to do it with anymore. But man, maybe we should.
Mhm.
We should do that more often.
Yeah, Lefty's got a point there.
My son saw Superman last night and he loved it. He's 18 and marveled out, so that's an endorsement.
And I had said I thought I had superhero movie fatigue, and it turns out I just had shitty movie fatigue.
But that's been it the whole time.
Yeah.
Talked about Ironheart, and I'm going to save that for offline conversation. But yeah, I'm right there.
I was insulted. I was actually insulted.
They made the same mistake they did with Spider-Man.
Maybe you get a palate
15
cleansing
years
next
ago.
weekend with Fantastic Four.
Oh, they better not frig it up, or I swear to God. Remember that guy that dressed up like Batman?
All right. We're going to call it here. We'll say goodnight to everybody. I hope you guys have a fantastic week wherever you are. As I said, Andy and I will be back for Random Fandom on Tuesday night if you can make it. Otherwise, next Sunday, you know the list. Make sure you get out there and vote. Invite all your friends over that you think might enjoy the stuff that we're doing, because there is lots more to come here at Back in Black series. We're just into 2018, and man, the toy line is still going. So
Yep.
it's evergreen right now.
Evergreen.
On top of all the other things we have sort of ideas for here at the show. I think for me,
one more from Left-Handed Jedi.
Oh man, Starship Troopers in theater when it first came out is a core memory. Yeah, it's a good movie.
Big time.
Mm-hmm.
Good movie. Thank you very much, Lefty. Really appreciate the support as always.
Absolutely.
Love the comments. I'm very humbled by those. Thank you so much, as we all are. I just want to remind everybody that whatever your thing is, because I mean, look behind, you all got some things. I just want to remind you, fan on, everybody. And for Fandom Power, as always, my name is Wes.
I'm Andy.
And I'm Hank.
And you are Hank. Hank the Tank, the champ, who held the show down.
Wow.
And we will all see you on the next one. Bye for now, everybody. This time for real. No, for real. There